Good afternoon. Welcome to another adventure in the high desert of Arizona. I'm on my way to a ruin and it's afternoon. This morning's adventure was a wash. I couldn't find the place that I wanted to find. Actually, I couldn't get there. So I will get back to you when I find something. Yes, that's beautiful. Looks like it was a natural cave, but it definitely has some stacked rocks in here. So it's probably used as a granary of sorts. Probably if I climbed in there and looked around enough, I'd probably find some corn cob, but I won't climb in so I don't damage anything. That's very cool. And then as soon as you come out, you're met with this wall. Wow, that is something else. Oh, this is pretty amazing though. I'm gonna go across here, take a look at this other half of the front wall before I adventure up to the rooms. It's beautiful. Just plain beautiful. On this wall you can still see the mortar in place between the rocks. If you go over here, you can see how the wall was built. Nice flat wall on the inside and on the outside, and then filled with rubble, small rocks, dirt to stabilize the inner and outer wall. And also maybe some insulation. Another wall. And another door right here. I'll kind of swing you under the door so you can see the wood. And now you're going to be looking up at another room up above. I'll walk around this wall and climb up there and give you a better view of that. This was another room, obviously an outer room. I don't know if it had a roof on it. I can't really tell, but it probably did. Oh, I see a little corn cob right there. Can you see it? Down in that little hole right there. Hope you can see it. That's very cool. 1,000-year-old corn cob. Now this door is plenty wide for me to go in here. So I am going to try to slide in here. If I'm too wide for the door, I won't go in. It's perfectly intact still. You can see the big logs and then the long straight twigs and then the grass and the leaves. Oh man, that's something else. And there's the woodwork. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, and I'm gonna look out through the door So from the upper room, sort of looking down on top of this upper room, that's beautiful. Look at that. And this is why it's survived as long as it has, because it has a natural overhang over it. So the rain, snow, sun, and bad weather isn't beating down on it all the time. Yeah, that's really, I'm speechless. I would like to thank all of you who've been joining me on my high desert adventures in Arizona. I would also like to thank the Trek Planner, the POV channel, and the Desert Drifter for inspiring me to get up, go exploring, and share my adventures with you. The ruin we are exploring today is very special to me. It is the first ruin I ever visited after moving to Arizona. I have visited this ruin at least 4 times, and each time I am still thrilled to see it. This ruin was first discovered by modern man in 1933 and was the site of an archaeological dig by University of Arizona. It had never been looted and was filled with hundreds of artifacts. An ancient man was found buried in the floor in the center room. He had all his possessions buried with him, and it was believed that his death was over 800 years ago. Finally, please, if you visit one of these ancient sites, treat it with respect and care. Never take anything or displace anything. And thanks again for joining me on my desert adventures. I'm going to try to make it over to that, what looked like a granary, but it looked like somebody had been digging in there, so yeah, obviously a while ago. Well, at least since the snow, because these are just animal tracks. So I hope it wasn't a person digging. Well, it does look like someone was digging. There's been at least one person in here. It doesn't look like they dug very deep, so Hopefully they didn't. It definitely looks like either a shelter or a granary. So, well, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Old. Thanks for joining me on that adventure. Oh, that was a really fascinating ruin right there. The fact that there was actually a corn cob still left from 1,000 years ago, and the mortar was still there, and you could see how everything was packed in. That was really cool. Most of the ruins that I visit are hilltop ruins, and this was more of a cliff dwelling. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you join me next week for another high desert adventure.